The Trump administration is blocking an endorsement of international marriage equality, Indonesian officials are cracking down on queer citizens, and a new education bill would allow schools to expel students in same-sex relationships. We'll have the week's top LGBTQ news plus actions you can take on Weekly Debrief. I'm Matt Baum. Thanks to everyone who makes these weekly updates possible by pledging $1 or more per month on Patreon. More details on that in the description. Now, here's this week's news. The United States is refusing to support an international statement that same-sex relationships are entitled to relationship recognition. The statement follows a ruling from the Organization of American States affirming the rights of same-sex couples. That statement's been endorsed by numerous countries in North and South America, leaving the US the sole holdout. Even countries like Chile, which doesn't even have marriage equality, yet endorsed the ruling. International support is sorely needed right now as South American countries grapple with LGBTQ-related legislation. For example, in El Salvador, legislators have been pushing a bill to block marriage equality and adoption by same-sex couples. The country's Supreme Court just put a hold on that legislation, citing its improper rush through the legislature. What's needed now is strong international support for that statement on equality. And that is, in fact, happening, but with one country's notable absence. Meanwhile, there's a coordinated campaign targeting LGBTQ people in Indonesia. Government officials successfully pressured Google into removing apps from the store that serve the LGBT community. Legislators are considering a bill that would criminalize homosexuality, and this past weekend, security forces rounded up and abused a group of trans women. Normally, the US State Department would put pressure on countries that abuse the human rights of LGBTQ citizens, but now there's no indication that the State Department has any interest in lending any support. Australia just legalized the freedom to marry, but there's been a worrisome backlash. Anti-gay politicians have convened an inquiry into giving legal protection to private citizens and businesses that want to discriminate against same-sex couples. That inquiry is being led by Philip Roddock, the Member of Parliament who pushed through a marriage ban in 2004. If you're in Australia, visit just.equal to sign a petition to ensure that all marriages are treated equally under the law. And in the United States, a bill is working its way through Congress that would be a dream come true for schools that want to deny access to queer students. The Higher Education Act establishes a wide range of government policies for colleges and universities. One provision in the current draft would let schools expel couples in same-sex relationships or deny housing, aid, or leadership roles to students believed to be queer. In decades past, the government could impose consequences for discriminating. For example, the IRS threatened to remove the tax-exempt status of Bob Jones University for its ban on interracial dating. This new bill would prevent the government from taking similar action to protect LGBTQ students. The Higher Education Act has already passed a committee and is now heading to a full House vote, but there's still time to stop it. This week's action item is to call your member of Congress and tell them that the Higher Education Act must protect queer students from discrimination. A public outcry could prompt lawmakers to remove the anti-LGBTQ provisions from the bill. Thanks for watching. If you find these weekly updates useful, you can help support them by pledging $1 or more per month on Patreon. There's a link in the description. Just visit patreon.com/mattbaum. Or if you're not able to contribute on Patreon, just keep sharing these videos, tweet at me about stories that need coverage at Matt Baum on Twitter, and I'll debrief you next week.